Here's a GMAT quant question, which is based on absolute values, and I know this topic can be relatively tricky, although the theory behind it is not that difficult. So if you'd like to see anything similar to this on the channel, let me know in the comments. So here's what we have. I'll rewrite it here. So we have x plus its own absolute value, which is absolute value of x, plus y is equal to 7. And then we also have that x plus the absolute value of y minus y is equal to 6. And we're asked, what is x plus y? So if you're not sure where to start, what I would suggest is just use the definition of the absolute value. Okay, so in general, for the absolute value of x, this is equal to x if x is at least 0, and then it's equal to minus x if x is less than 0. I know some students have the tendency of writing this. So absolute value of x is plus or minus x. This is not correct, okay? Because whether it's plus or minus depends on if x is positive or negative to begin with. Let's consider this on a case-by-case basis. So we have two absolute values to worry about because we have two different variables. We have x and we have y, and both of them have absolute values shown here. Okay, so here's what we can write. In the first case, let's say x and y are both negative. So if they're both negative, it means that absolute value of x is minus x, absolute value of y is minus y. That's all there is to it. So now we're going to substitute those for the absolute values. So we have the first equation becomes x minus x plus y equals to 7. And the second equation becomes x minus y is equal to 6. So x minus y is equal to 6. So from the first equation, as you can see, we have the x's canceling out. So we have y is equal to 7. At this point, I'm not even going to bother with finding x. Why? Because my value of y is 7, which may not seem a problem at first, but remember that we assumed x and y are both negative. And 7 is not a negative number. So this is not a solution. Right, so in other words, this first case doesn't really make sense. So we're going to skip this. We're going to go to the next case, which is when, let's say, x is negative, or let's say x is, let's make x negative and y positive. And let's see what happens in that case. So in this case, absolute value of x is still minus x, but absolute value of y is just y. Okay, maybe I should put greater than or equal to, just to satisfy this definition that we wrote here. So let's rewrite the two equations. The first one is the same. So x minus x plus y is equal to 7, which means that y is equal to 7. So y is still 7, but now it satisfies our condition that y should be positive. So there's no contradiction in that regard. And the second equation is x plus y minus y is equal to 6. So the y's cancel out, and what you get is x is equal to 6, which is a contradiction because x should be negative, but we got a value of 6. So yeah, this is not right, and this is not right either. So we'll have to consider another case. So in the third case, so we had both of them negative, then we have y positive, and now let's say x is positive and y is negative. So if that's the case, then the absolute value of x will stay as x. Let me put equal here. And then the absolute value of y is minus y. So if we rewrite those, we get the first equation as x plus x, right? So the absolute value just vanishes. And then we have plus y is equal to 7. And then we have x minus y is equal to 6. So x minus 2y essentially is equal to 6. So 2x plus y is equal to 7, and then x minus 2y is equal to 6. So if you're doing GMAT, you should be able to do this in a few ways even. So I guess what I'll do at this point is I'll multiply the first equation by 2, and I'll get 4x plus 2y is equal to 14, and then x minus 2y is equal to 6, and then I add the 2 up, and I get 5x is equal to 20. So x is equal to 4, which is okay. So x is 4 satisfies the fact that we assumed x to be at least 0. And then we're going to try to find y from here, let's say. So y is 7 minus 2x, which is 7 minus 8, which is minus 1. And this also satisfies the fact that we assumed y to be negative. So this is correct. And at this point, I would just stop here. So you can actually try case 4 yourself, which is when x and y are both greater than or equal to 0, but you'll see that you'll end up with a contradiction. So yeah, as I said, I'm going to stop. So I'll use x is equal to 4 and y is equal to minus 1. So the question was asking, what is x plus y? So the question was asking what is x plus y, so x plus y is equal to 3. And that's the end of the question.